Lost Art of Fishing Stories, written by Andrew Cox. Get your copy today. Go to Amazon and search The Lost Art of Fishing Stories. The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Preserving history, one veteran story at a time. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, AJ Cox, and tonight we're having a fireside chat with some of the crew. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? Make sure you go to the website. That's right. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. There are a couple ways you can help support us. You can go to that website. You can click on that merchandise tab. You can go in there and get you some cool merchandise, get you a shirt, maybe get you a hat. I don't know. There's all kinds of goodies. You can get you cups. You can get all kinds of stuff in there. Anyways, go there, check it out. If you can help support us, it'd be much appreciated. Big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. Even if you do, go check them out again. They're always putting out great things. And if you're not supporting them, you should, at least in my humble opinion. But if you do support them, it would be much appreciated. You can find them at tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. Oh, man, here we are. Look who we got joining us tonight. We got Mike. We got Jim, man. Oh, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's Mr. Jim. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. What are you guys been up to, man? How are you guys doing?
Well,
anyone, it doesn't matter who.
It's been pretty quiet here.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot going on other than doctor's appointments and
yeah,
what work I still do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta love the doctor's appointments, huh?
Yeah. We got some bad weather coming in here in the south here, Jim.
Yeah.
We're not going to see a lot of it here in southwest Georgia, but up above, like up to 75, up above like Macon, into Atlanta and up in your guys' area, it's gonna get squirrely.
Yeah, it's probably get up to an inch of ice.
Yeah, that's what they're calling for: freezing rain and ice. Down here, they're calling for rain, but like they said, 2 to 4 inches of rain.
That's a lot of rain.
But then they're saying it's going to be like in the mid 50s, so it's not going to freeze per se, but doesn't mean it won't change. You never know what Mother Nature has in stores for us.
Every day this week.
Yep.
Well, I have come to learn that you can't rely on the weatherman.
That is why they try to predict it.
Yeah. Well, it's like being a doctor. Yeah, it's the art of practicing medicine.
There you go.
Exactly.
They are predicting the weather, but they can't control what's going on. So
that's so true. So true. Holy moly. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's supposed to hit here tomorrow evening, is when it's supposed to start, or tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, something along those lines.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We got to get up early and go to the big city and go grocery shopping.
Yeah, good luck. Well, you're probably better off than Knoxville, so
Yeah.
the shelves are empty.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh man. Now, did they say
But
how long it's supposed to last?
all weekend.
All
Yeah,
weekend.
it's like Saturday, Sunday, maybe even through Monday is
Right
what
on.
I kept saying. But
Yeah.
man, you guys are all out of milk and bread already, Jim?
Oh, it's every time they threaten to snow or anything in Knoxville, these people plan for a month. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. I'm
What is
like,
it with
I
what is it
got
with
low for
milk
bread.
and
I'm
bread?
good.
What is it with milk and bread? Why does everybody go for milk and bread?
Well, it's
Uh,
that and the toilet paper.
yeah,
Well,
the
true. Yeah.
toilet paper. Well, the milk, because it gives you, some of those proteins and vitamins you don't normally get. And the bread, because if you had to, you can just eat the bread.
Yeah, well, the three of us could do that, but you know, I see a kid right there. Is she gonna, Andrew? Is she just gonna sit there and eat bread?
Pretty much. Yeah.
If that's all she had to eat, she would, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I can see like bread and peanut butter and stuff like that. Hell, I'm the
Well,
kind of guy that goes, well, let me go get some bacon. Let me get this, get that, and the power goes out or something like that. Man, I got a grill out back. I got
Mm,
cast iron skillet. You know,
yeah.
got a cooler. I could stick some eggs in it, and we'll sit there and
I got an MRE in the closet. It's okay. I'll survive. It's chili mac.
That's right. Chili Mag, man.
oh man, that's the best one too.
I
I keep looking
know
at that on
that's why
Facebook.
I don't give that one away.
I keep seeing it on Facebook that one company that sells MREs and that, and I was like, man, if I could just get the one that had like the chili mac, you know, and they like do reviews and it's like enchilada. I'm like, no, I'll pass on that. I mean, I'll eat it if I had to,
Yeah, if you had to,
but I was
you
like,
know,
man, a chili mac, and I'm Jim knows this one. Andrew, you may too. From boot camp and that MCT and all that was the egg omelet, the omelet or the ham slice.
yeah, the
Oh, the
ham.
ham
Oh
slice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
they
about
did
the
away with
eggs.
that.
I don't remember that.
And then they went to
yeah,
the what was it called? The Five Fingers of Death. It was like the Vienna sausages. It's like oh yay,
Forgot
woohoo!
about that. 5 figures of death.
yeah. They called that ham. I'm not sure if it wasn't just spam, but
Yeah, it may have
Well,
been spam, but it
spam's
tastes
good
good to
too.
me.
I'll take some spam. I still eat
Yeah.
spam.
yeah, it's different from the can and the packet.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a long shelf life there. It's like 20
Yeah,
years of, yeah.
yeah. There's this one guy that gets he'll open up. He don't care how old the MRE is. He gets. He'll still try it. I'm
Wow.
like, no, thanks.
Yeah, I watch one guy that's still eating, he like samples like old sea rats,
Yeah,
Ew.
he's sitting there opening them up and he's like, they're still good. He's sitting there
Really?
opening them up and yeah, he's cracking them open. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't, they were meant to last, but I don't know that it's still good,
I
man. I
think
was like, I
I'm
don't know.
good.
Holy cow! I don't know if I do some sea rats. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a
Yeah.
bit too
He's
far
using
back.
the old John Wayne to open the cans and
Yeah.
everything else, and it's like, oh man, I don't know, dude. It's just like you can open it up if you want, but I don't know that I would eat that. But he's sitting there mowing down on it with it. I was like, okay, well, have fun. Old crackers and stuff like that, but I mean it was meant to last, so it may still be good. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he didn't die, so
Yeah,
right.
And I don't know if there is mold and stuff on it, but
A mold is
hopefully if
just
there's mold, he
cheese
doesn't eat it.
anyway.
All right. Well, shoot, I got some questions for us.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
we'll
don't
start
even
with
want to hear these.
numero uno. What's one small win that you've had this week? Something most people wouldn't notice, but you're proud of.
Huh. It's one small win. That's a good question, man.
Thank you. I researched this hard.
Well, I would say one for me was I had to go to a customer yesterday and was there Friday before last, but it was, the company I work for sells boxes. I'm not going to get into that. And we've got machines in there that make the boxes up.
Mm-hmm.
And they were having issues. So me and the other guy I work with went in there last Friday. It's not a machine issue, it's a quality issue. So between salespeople and people from corporate, they all set up this big meeting with this customer to meet there yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we went in and I was standing there looking at the machine. We were running the machine. Of course, everybody that's supposed to be there at 9:30 didn't get there till 11 o'clock. But I'm sitting there watching the machine run, doing this, made some adjustments, nothing major. Sitting there talking to people running the machine and maintenance guys, and they finally everybody shows up and sitting there talking to them, and they're like, I was getting extremely frustrated because they kept wanting to pass it off. It was a machine issue. It was a machine issue. It was a machine issue.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I went over and loaded this damn machine up with boxes, and I turned it on, and I was like, stand here and watch it. You tell me what's going on. And there was somebody there from the plant was watching it, and he instantly walked over to me. He goes, it's a box issue. And I was like, I know it's a box issue. But, everybody else was getting all, it was like, well, it's got to be a machine. It's got to be a machine. And normally our customers, we sell the boxes directly to them, but this particular customer, they go through it's like a third party. Another company buys them from us, and then they turn around and sell them to them. So that company that buys them from us was getting kind of shitty, and they just kept going and going and going. And what's one thing I learned this week was to keep my mouth shut. I was just like,
I think it is a hard one for you to learn too.
The other guy he's a newer guy. It's with us, and he went over with me, but he's not some young kid. He's like 40 years old, but he's dealt with the military and stuff like that. And he worked for the base here in Albany as part of their jump team that went all over the country dealing with equipment and servicing equipment and stuff like that. And he came walking over to me, and he leaned up against me, and he goes, "Hey, just stop." He said, "Just stop." I looked at him. I said, "The F are you talking about?" Just like that. And he goes, "I know what you're going to say." He said, "I know what you're going to do." He goes, "Just stop." I was like, okay. So he actually, I took advice from a younger guy that was like, "I know what you're going to do. I know what you want to say. Just stop."
Nice.
And I was like, okay. And I just stood there, and the woman that kind of runs that issue, she's like, kind of runs. She doesn't run the plant, the production. It's a poultry plant. She doesn't, she oversees it, but she's like quality control. She, kind of oversees everything, numbers and stuff like that. And she came walking over to me and looked at me, and she goes, "Thank you for not saying anything." And I was like, okay. I said, "I apologize." I said, I looked at her when we were walking out. I said, "Is that what you think of me?" She goes, "No, I just know you're extremely honest." I was like, "Okay, all right."
Nice.
So
That's a good one. Yeah.
patience, if anything, it's, I've learned it over the years. It's not just in the last week, but sometimes you have to have patience.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to understand. Sometimes you have to realize who you're talking to. Like
Yeah.
Jess gets offended
Yeah.
easily, so you have to be careful that you don't talk to
Look
Jess
at, man.
He's
Well,
such a big little baby.
while he's chewing his Nicorette gum or whatever he's chewing on over there, and freaking.
The correct go. He's like, okay. Restraint.
Yeah,
Restraint.
he's
He
overtaking
hasn't said yay or
the
nay. He
right
hasn't said that's
show.
what it is or not.
It's on. It's on and Zen. I kind of mix between
Oh,
the two.
Zen.
Oh, is that there? You go. Yeah.
That's why it's not a string of bodies.
So what was your question again, Andrew? What did you learn this week?
What's one
Yeah.
small win that you've had this week? Something most people wouldn't notice, but you're proud of.
I met with a veteran who is struggling, but is doing much better, and I just didn't tell anybody till now.
I didn't catch all that. You kind of went out there for a second.
Sorry.
He said he met with the veteran that's been struggling, but he hadn't told anybody.
Mm.
Till now.
Yeah, until now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Letting
Yeah,
somebody know.
he's now 22.
Oh, well, there you go. See, that's something great.
Jim, you said he is 22?
Oh no, he's not 22.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
I got you. That's awesome.
That's the important part.
Right.
Yeah. Good for you, man. Good for you being there for him. That's awesome.
But is that through the Marine Corps League or something you?
No, that I met him about a week ago
Mm-hmm.
at one of the Rocky Top
Yeah.
events,
Yeah.
and then he lives close, lost his best friend. It's been real. So I said, you're only like 6 miles from me. So I gave him my card and I texted him that said, yeah, so it was Sunday when we went to lunch. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I just made sure I followed up with him.
Mm-hmm. Which is so important, that follow up is huge.
Guaranteed human.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't know what just happened.
I was trying to find it. I picked up my work phone. I was trying to look up something and it started playing something. It was actually something that now that we're talking about stuff we're talking about, it made me want to. It was a podcast I heard the other day.
Oh yeah.
It made me. I was trying to pull it up. I apologize. But
And I don't know, buddy. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
Cool. Jess, we didn't you didn't make it for the how you doing part, but how you doing, Jess?
Cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Is
don't even
it-
want to know the numbers.
It's way below, huh? Way below zero.
It's dipping right now. It's gonna get pretty bad tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High for 18 below tonight, and then high for an 8 below tomorrow. And yeah.
Those are the fun days.
It's I'm not ranching.
I know. I've
I'm not.
dealt with that weather too.
Yeah.
I
This is
just
one of
moved
those.
away from it.
These are one of those days you like remember the guys in the Frozen Chosen, and you start listening to their stories, and you like put it in context. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I got a furnace, I got 4 walls.
Yep.
I'm not getting
Yeah.
shot at by a bunch of crazy Chinese,
Yeah.
and yeah,
What a,
and
you
then
know, that puts a lot in perspective.
oh
It
yeah,
sure
that.
does.
Yeah.
that's pretty much the fallback for every Marine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at least I'm not in Peleliu or
Yeah.
Incheon or
Yeah. That's right.
Bellawood. You know, I'm not getting mustard gassed in the woods. You know, charging across a wheat field. Life's pretty good.
Yeah.
So life is good then. Huh? Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good week.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you have
So,
a small win for this
oh
week?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Go
it's
ahead.
yeah. So, I've starting to lose my mind because I'm not sure what books I have left in my library because I've been giving them away and handing them out for like years. And so my daughters and I went to the basement and we went through every book. And there's an app called LABIB, and you create a library, you create like stacks. It scans the barcode, the ISBN code, and it adds to your library. So we did
Wow.
like entire boxes of books this weekend, and it's like
That's cool.
now I realize I've got doubles on some. I'm missing ones I thought I had. So yeah, so we did about 250 books. We're
Wow.
past that, about 300. But
Wow.
so we kind of yeah, but it's super easy to use, and like my oldest has 39 books in her library, and she hasn't got to her rest of her closet. And then my youngest has 92, and I got 183 clocked so far.
Holy
So,
cow. And you
but
haven't
yeah,
even
no,
unboxed them all?
there's still a couple boxes I need to find out where they went.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like, oh, and it does the whole pull up for it, like Black Hawk Down. Here's one. It does like the how many pages. It gives a description of it. You can put tags on it so you can figure out what like military history, memoir, all that stuff. You can create your own tags. So it's interesting app. So I'm kind of curious to see how it goes because
Now
and then
what's
if
the
you
app
want
called?
LIBIB, it's Libib. I don't know, but LIBIB. Yeah,
LBIB.
it's free. So I'm kind of like digging it, but it does collections and
Hey, wake up. Sorry.
wake yo. But it does tags too, so that's super cool. My daughter is like she does like the Percy Jackson books, or she's got a series of books she reads, and she just scans it real fast, hits a barcode on it with her phone, and like ding 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 ding. She does like 10 of them, and
Wow.
she's super quick with it. But yeah, it's like now my kids want books every week, every holiday. So now I know what they have in their library, and if I find something that's not in their library, I can just pull it up like, oh, they already have that one, or they don't have that one. But no, it's kind of tight. But I mean, I got The River and the Gauntlet. I don't know if you're familiar with S.L.A. Marshall, but he's a really good writer. Military, World War II vet. He wrote Soldier's Load, Mobility of Nation. You guys ever read that when you were coming up?
No, I don't
It's more of
remember
a
that
pamphlet.
It's familiar, yes, but I don't know that I
Yeah.
can't remember if I read it or not.
Well, the Soldier's Load, the Mobility of Nation, it's actually 2 essays that he put into a pamphlet book. And it was part of our reading list back in the 90s. And the Soldier's Load is like how much and what they carried when they went across the beach in Normandy. And just they load out and how much it actually weighed when they were coming across the beach, and how it was not conducive to what they were trying to do, which is get across the beach fast. They talked about like the ounces make pounds, pounds make weight, weight kills you. And then the Mobility of the Nation talks about the logistics that took to do Normandy or the Pacific, and how the mobility of America is actually the biggest miracle of World War II. I mean, not miracle because there's science behind logistics, but when you start looking at how they moved everything across the Pacific and they set up islands and just the amount of tonnage it took to get from one point to another. So the logistics behind it. But he also wrote The River and the Gauntlet. Really good book on Korea. But yeah, it's old enough. The spine, I got to be careful with it, or I'm gonna break it. So I got to be careful. I mean, it's interesting because I just type it in. I mean, some of these books is before ISBN, so I got a couple mapping books. I get be very careful with.
Yeah.
But they start talking about yardage instead of before the metric system. So I got to be. It's interesting how they did it, but no, I mean, I finally kind of start figuring out what books I have and where they're at, and whoops, I thought I had that one, but it's been gone for like 10 years. But it's an app. It's pretty cool. But yeah, Martin Russ, Breakout, the Chosen Reservoir Campaign, Korea 1950. Yeah. So when it's really cold outside, like, oh yeah, Chosen Reservoir. And then I think about that gets me thinking about Tootsie Rolls and the story of the Tootsie Rolls. You guys know that, right? Yeah. So I'm like, on the ride home, I was like, I think I'm gonna grab a Tootsie Roll.
Nice.
Yeah.
Digging it.
So that's, I don't know if you guys do stuff in Recro League, but we always had like a bowl of Tootsie Rolls, and it's like an icebreaker. Kids love them, and then you can tell the story of Chosen Reservoir.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those little history things you can like break out.
Cool.
Never use peaches or apricots, one of the two. Trackers are super sensitive about those. It's like charms. Trackers, like Amtrak guys. Yeah. You ever bring a peach or an apricot onto an Amtrak, they'll kick your ass off.
Why is that?
It's like charms. They're cursed.
Yeah. Okay. I hadn't heard that.
It's one of those that just Amtrak guys like lose their shit.
Who just randomly walks on an Amtrak or anything like that with a damn apricot or a peach? It's like, hey, guess what I got?
Can of
You know what I'm
peaches,
saying?
an
I don't.
apricot.
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
got you.
it's yeah. If you want to screw with Amtrakers, just throw one at their Amtrak. They might shoot you. I don't know.
That's too funny.
I was thinking when you were saying that, I was thinking like, man, you got to taste this juicy ripe peach I just got at the commissary. I was like, no, that's what I was thinking about. But okay,
No,
I got what you're saying.
It's coming back from like World War II. There was like a track that was carrying a bunch of like apricots or peaches ashore. I forget which one, and it just got smoked. And you're like, it's because they're cursed, and it's just like it just perpetuates down the line. So entire generations. It's like the monkeys and the bananas and the fire hose. I don't know if you guys remember that story, but we've always done it this way.
Yeah.
So certain things just propagate across time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's kind of our little win this week. It's like organization and figuring out just find an app that does it. Because somebody's had the thought already. But a little bit of work.
I like it. What's one thing that the veteran community does really well, and then one thing that they really struggle with?
This is a iHeart podcast.
Honesty.
Ooh. Wait, for which one? One they do really well, or one that they struggle with?
Both.
Or are you saying both?
It's double-edged.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
I got talked to for a while about that this week. I was speaking to you on.
Oh no. Okay.
It's kind of dependent upon who's sensitive about it.
Yeah.
I was being really honest because I don't believe in collecting meetings like Pokemon cards. I don't need them all. And I asked, like, what's the purpose of this meeting? Like, it's a meeting for a meeting. I'm like, say that slower. There's no way this is real. Whoops.
Oh my word. I love it.
Sometimes honesty is double-edged.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so much. Just depends on the situation, I suppose. I like it. What about you, Mike, Jim? What do you guys think?
About what?
Oh, what's one thing the veteran
something
community does really well
different.
and one that they struggle with?
I would say the veteran community is just actually communicating.
Yeah. That's one that they struggle with for sure. Yeah.
But Jim's got a tighter rein on that than I do. I mean, you tell me, Jim.
Well, it depends on what faction of the veteran community you're talking about.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you an example because, just mentioned the truth. He's absolutely right. But, like, let's say for Rocket Top, what they do as well is they get veterans together and keep them from isolating.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do the worst? It's not always following through when you need to.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
We're also really bad at balance, and that's
Mm.
something because we're mission oriented, and I think that's what gets us in trouble. Because when the mission's over, we give it to another one.
Yep.
Continuity thing, and that hurts.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And then not I'm talking to a social worker at the VA, and she's like, "We'd like to get you in a group therapy session." I'm like, "I don't think that would be good for me because if somebody starts talking about a problem, I'm going to try and solve their problem, and it's actually going to make my problem worse. So that is probably the worst place to put me in.
Yeah.
Because I'll be thinking the entire time they're talking, I'm going to try and fix their stuff. I'm like, I've been thinking about this, and this, and I'm like, it's doing the opposite of the effect I'm trying to do. I got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jess, you saying that, do you see that in your, I don't know how to say it other than say like your personal life?
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, it drives my wife crazy because she'll get home from work or something and she just wants to vent.
Yeah.
And just tell a story. And I instantly start, it's like, okay, well, this. And she's like, just shut up.
Yeah.
Can you just listen to me? And I'm like,
You need a code word. You need a safe word. We have that in my house.
Well, I start getting upset. I start getting angry and upset for her because she's angry and upset. And all she wants to do is vent. She's like, can you just shut the hell up and just listen to me? And I'm like, okay.
No,
It's like,
because once they start venting, then you get angry that they need to vent because now you want to go hurt somebody.
yeah, and I get into protective mode, and she's like, can you just shut the hell up, Mike? I don't need you to frickin' have your opinion on this and tell me what to do and this and this and that. And I was like, well, can you just, well, then just tell me, shut the hell up. I just need you to listen to me. And then she'll say it back to me, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I'll get home and just start going off, and she goes, why are you yelling at me?
That's a good question. I want to know that too.
It's like I'm not yelling at you.
I think we've all had that moment.
It's like I'm not yelling at you. I said I'm just trying to get it out. And she looked at it was the other day. It was earlier in the week, and she goes, "That's all I'm trying to do too is get it out." And I was like,
"So my wife and I have been together since we're coming up on 30 years." And early on, we had a long talk about if it's a vent, you have to say, I'm just venting. And then I put a firewall up in my brain saying, okay, there's not an action here. There's not an action. This is not an actionable item here in my operations mind. I'm like, I have to put a firewall up. I just let her go. I kind of listen, but you got to like put a throughput on. It's like, and in one ear, out the other. She did her thing.
Yeah, and you can't have any input.
I don't want to.
That's my problem. Is I'll sit there and say, well, what about this? What about that? And she's like,
install a firewall.
Yep. And
don't let it stick.
Yeah. This November will be 30 years for my wife and I.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to cut you off, Jess, but you're absolutely right. You just have to, on both sides. It's not her. It's not me. It's both of us.
And you do not judge. That is a thing that you got to say. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is, then this is a trust thing, because I hate to say it, but I was gone for a long time, and I had to trust her to make the right decision at the right time. And I could not affect the decisions, or I could not affect the outcome, because I was a half world away. So I had to trust her to take care of business, and I got to remember that. So she's not a helpless like maiden. She swings a sword just like the rest of us.
No, you were absolutely right, Jess. You are absolutely right.
That is
I would put my wife
big-
up against anybody
yes.
over anything at any day, work ethic, financial, everything and anything.
Yeah.
And the minute I question anything, with our kids or a financial thing, and she'll turn and look at me and she goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, okay, all right. And it
Our
turns
biggest
into an
fight-
argument because I'll start to say, well, what about this? What about that? We're not getting any younger. We're, we got to retire, this and this and this and that. And she's like, stop. Just stop. I'm like, yes, ma'am. And you are exactly right, Jess. You hit
Our
it on the
biggest
head right
fights
there.
is when we switch roles.
Yes.
So when I stopped having a career and started having a job, she went back to work, and all of a sudden I was house mom, and she did things a certain way, and the kids were expecting a certain way. And I'll never forget the day of like my oldest kid goes, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "Go get something to eat." And she's like, "Mom does that." I was like, "Do I look like mom?" She's like, but mom does that. And I'm like, still not mom. Dads don't sit to piss, kiddo. Let's go. Let's figure this out. So we walked in the kitchen and she learned how to make mac and cheese that night. Like, what do you want? Macaroni and cheese? Let's do it. I'm like, you're 5th grade. You should be running the house by now. What are you talking about? What's going on here? But that was, and then Deb came home and she looked at me like, what have you done? I'm like, we had growth today. They learned a skill set. But no, it was like we got after each other. Like, you can't do that. What happens if this? Like, what happens if life happens? Let's just not kid each other about this. But that's when we've always had our problems, when we started shifting roles.
Yeah.
Or I've got career advice for my wife because she's working in an office environment and she's not used to it. And she's like, but you don't understand. I'm like, I think I really kind of understand. I've been down this road once or twice. I know I know how HR works. I know how all this stuff works. But she's like, you don't understand how it works here. I'm like, they're all using the same fucking model. I don't care what you say.
No.
It's just a different flavor of stupid. So, but yeah, if she wants to, that's the problem. Is like when we switch roles around, that's when we have problems. And then we also got a rule: is only one crazy person at a time. Can't both be crazy at the same time.
Oh, that's a good rule. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
You can be supported or you can be supporting, but you can't be both.
Yeah.
When in charge, be in charge.
Over here on the Ticker Talkers, Dave, he said he just finished up being the junior vice commander at his VFW. And he said so many vets are totally disengaged. Is one of the things we were talking about earlier. But
yeah, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure if the legacy organizations are made in such a way that they can engage with younger veterans.
Yeah,
and
that's true. I mean, they do have to change kind of their thought process and how they're doing things.
Yes, they do.
And we don't like to do it.
Yeah.
And we fight ourselves the entire time about it. And we're like, we need to be relevant. We need their input. And then we get input. We tell them to go sit in the corner and don't talk. And I'm like, this has got to shift. And the first organization that shifts is going to be the one that survives the culling in 15 years. Because we're going to get culled. There's going to be organizations that just age out.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's tough because all of the organizations are in the same boat. They're still trying to figure it out. They haven't actually figured it out. You're saying no, not all of them are.
The legacies, they're all struggling. But I just sat through an RWB meeting, the red, white, and blue. I think they got that thing knocked. They got the younger vets and they know what they're doing.
So what is the difference that they're doing?
It's a holistic environment. So community service and physical fitness, well-being, and they do the whole thing, and they're nationwide. We don't have a chapter in South Dakota, but I sat through a meeting on Sunday because Jackson's working with them for his cemetery project out in Virginia. And I'm like, oh my God, these guys kind of got to figure it out. But rock climbing, it's biking, it's running, it's yoga, it's like community service, and it's history. It's like just the
They
stuff
run the
that,
gamut of everything that all the younger generation is kind of looking for.
yep.
Yeah.
And they all kind of get together and they have like it's not a junior vice. It's not that block and line model that we're so used to with the older organizations. It's more a matrix organization, which we're used to doing.
Hmm.
They don't have this rigid command structure that the only good idea that comes from national and flows it's bi-directional. It's going up and down. It's very fluid. It's very interesting to see organizational structure wise. So
I'm curious.
But-
What'd you call it? It was the red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
Team Red, White,
you
Blue.
just go
Red, White,
online
Blue.
and sign up.
I'll have to.
And we
go
don't have
check
a
them
chapter
out.
in South Dakota. So I'm kind of referring some of the younger guys in my town to is like, get it going. I think that's kind of what they're looking for. But it's not a zero sum, because I mean they can belong to multiple organizations. It's not a
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think
it's
this might be
real.
interesting to see
Absolutely, Dave.
how we kind of bleed over into our different roles. But this rote process was good for a while, but we're kind of starting to see it like stratify, and that's kind of scary when it comes to organizational development.
Yeah. Do you
That's
think that
one of the
there's?
things we do. One of the things we do here in Knoxville is we actually do a lot of things in conjunction together with Rocky Top and IW Knoxville.
Yeah.
So
I think that there's.
we
But both those
gather a
organizations
lot
are
of
new, though.
people
They're not,
in community service that way.
Yeah.
but they're both new organizations, though. They're not the legacy organizations. The congressionally chartered
The
organizations
Rancor
need to
League
take a
is.
hard look at it. Yeah, but I'm saying you said Rocky Top and IW. I didn't hear the Rancor
Yeah,
League
we
part.
all
So
three
yeah,
of us do stuff in conjunction with each
big
other.
difference. Yep,
That's what I'm saying.
that's a
You know,
huge. That's a
those,
huge
the
break
other
right there, brother.
organizations, the newer ones, can rely on the legacy organizations because we have a
Right.
foothold with Congress. We have a foothold with all those types of things, which we've had through the legacy stuff, right? And we can utilize both. We just got to be able to figure out how to work together.
But I come back to is why do they even exist? These could all be programs underneath the legacy organization's umbrella. But we were holding our own, and we just built our rice bowls in such a way that like, no, we can't do that.
You're right.
We said can't, which means we won't. And they just said, all right, I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to start this new thing. And that's one of the biggest problems we're running into in America right now is how many veteran service organizations are there? There's thousands at this point.
Yeah.
They could all be part of a large organization, but that small detachment or post said no. And they said, I'm going to do it anyway. And they just did it. They said, okay, well, fuck you. I'm pissing in your tent now instead of pissing out. So it's
that's
organizational
something
failure.
that we, at least the Marine Corps League, needs to look at. We need to, and I think there's a lot of places like Jim's detachment down there is doing really well at it. You know, and
But
there are
that's a detachment around. That's detachment. But when you try and take it higher, you kind of get the I don't know if we can do that. Or you got forward thinking folks
man.
like
I think it just depends
both
on
ways.
the area. I think it depends on
seen
the
it
area
both ways.
and who is in charge of it, right?
There it is.
Right.
But I think
I don't think
overall, everyone's asking the right questions. Like, what do we do? How do we do? You know, the questions are being asked. Now it's a matter of we have to apply something. I think, Jim, your detachment's onto something up there. You know, I think maybe you guys put together a presentation or something to be able to send it out to everybody to say, hey, these are things that we're doing that work really well. And this is how we're working in conjunction type of thing. Maybe we can get something like that going and push it out, you know, and other detachments that aren't doing stuff like that could jump on it.
But it's hard to work with other people because we're used to being in charge.
Yes.
And it's like surrendering sovereignty. And it's like a weird thing we're going through as a nation right now, too. But we're not talking about that tonight.
But you are right, though. I mean, you do have to be able to take a step back and say, you know what? I'm going to let you run with it. You're in charge, and we're playing the secondary role. You know, we're here to support. instead of, hey, we're in charge of everything, and each organization has to do that depending on what it is that you're doing, right? What
Yeah.
everyone's doing.
But it's that relationship. It's, are you supported or are you supporting? And you got to be able to do both. If you're going to be in charge, be in charge of it.
Yeah.
But if you're supported, then run it. But if you're supporting, know how to support and not be an asshole and try and take it over.
Yes.
Dave over
That's-
here says, don't forget Mission Barbecue. So Mission Barbecue, gotta love it. But they do really good about supporting.
Yeah.
They do good. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we just had a meeting, our officer meeting the other day, and we had a guy who put together his own Marine Corps birthday celebration in Brookings, which is north of us by an hour. He's like, I was a Marine back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. And I'm like, I just said we're all going to meet at this place, and they did for the 250th. I mean, we don't even have the attachment there. They just ran it. I'm like, great. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But do we need to Bigfoot them? That's the thing, is like, do we need to come in as a Marine Corps League say, you need to be part of us or we're not going to help you at all?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
No, we don't need to do that.
I don't think any. Well, I hope that no organizations are doing that, but that some are. I get that. But the goal should be we all work together to do something, right? And each one of those small organizations that have broken out to do something different, they serve a purpose for what they are doing, right? And we have to be able to support that.
Exactly.
It's a interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
But,
man, that was a good discussion. That was good.
No, I mean, there's interesting aspects of it when it comes to like small organizations and bigger organizations. Like, I'm like, you need to stop existing and come join our organization. And we've had that happen a couple of times too. Like, what are you guys doing? Stop it. They got a good thing going. Let them be. You can work together. But it all comes down to membership. I hate to say it. Drive for membership and the focus on membership and just members, dues. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And the first organization that figures out that due is not a revenue generator is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Because we're crushing our organization with that membership stuff. Like, your dues are due, or here's your life dues. Like, oh my God, stop it. It's exhausting.
Oh, gotta love it.
And it breaks the organization internal too when it comes to like the adjutant and all these other things. Always putting remittance letters down. You always got to send out membership stuff. You always got to do this thing, and then it's continuous. And it's almost like you need a full-time job to do this sometimes. I'm like,
that's part of the problem is nobody's getting paid to do it. It's all voluntary. So everybody's like, man, I don't want to put that much effort. I got life, I got other things to do.
Yeah. But how go ahead, Jess. I'm sorry.
No, go nuts, man.
No, I was going to say, how do these organizations like the Moose, the Elks, the Eagles, how do they survive?
They don't. They're dying.
A lot of them died. Yeah.
They're mostly gone up here.
Yeah.
It's that generation is done.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at the numbers on this, you start seeing how there's a societal shift in folks not doing stuff outside of the house or their family. And when that started happening, we started seeing societal problems start popping up. When the mooses and the elks, the lions, the eagles, when they saw the membership just drop off precipitously, you started seeing problems pop up in the community, because those organizations typically were the organizations that took care of stuff. And they were the ones that that buffer between the state and the individual. So if I had a problem as a kid, I went to the Legion. Hey, I'm trying to do this thing. My family can't afford it. And they're like, okay, here's what we'll do. You do this part and we'll match it. You're going to put some work in. But those organizations are not really there anymore.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see nonprofits pop up for like baseball, football, sports, travel soccer, basketball, hockey. And our time's getting sucked into these other things that we typically would do for fraternal organizations or the Shriners or the Masons. And you started seeing those kind of fall off because we didn't modernize fast enough. We didn't maintain relevancy.
Yeah.
And these veteran service organizations, there's just not the numbers to support it, because at the heyday, their highest point was World War One, World War Two. They had millions, and those numbers just aren't there anymore.
Now, one
Yeah.
thing that I think is a positive move for at least Marine Corps League. It was discussed about how to do more social media aspect of being able to, like, I don't have to show up to a meeting. I can actually engage other ways. It was discussed. I don't know if it's been implemented in any different places, but there's so
They
many
killed
things
it.
out there that we could use like that could help, because those young guys, they're not going to show up to those meetings. I'm one of those guys. I don't have time to show up to those meetings all the time, but if I was able to, like, at least hear it or see it while I'm doing my other things, then that's a good deal.
Well, we reversed it, and that's something that I brought up a couple times at the national. I was like, we need to start having virtual detachments, because we've got guys spread across everywhere. And if we start talking about units like 3.5, super tight, 2.7, all these fraction units, LAR, they could be entire detachments,
That's
because
true.
these guys will get together online and just hold a virtual meeting. But we need a physical presence in a physical spot. Like we're missing it. There's a gap there that we could fill, but we're stuck
But
in like this physical
But
presence.
like Dave is mentioning here, he's like, they tried the Zoom call stuff, but the older vets didn't get it. And that's where you have to have that brick and mortar, a place where the old guys can go to. And then that's where you could broadcast it to all these other cats out there, wherever they may be.
I'm going
But
to argue on that every time.
I don't know, man. A lot of those
So
older folks are not getting it.
You can't have it both ways, though.
Yeah, you can.
You can't say,
There has
yes,
to be a happy medium,
we
man.
can't say we can only have a physical presence, and that's
No,
catering
I
to the
didn't
older
say that.
generation. What I'm
I said
saying is,
to have that for the older
Yeah.
guys that don't know how to work Zoom, don't know how to do those things, is very tech savvy, is not them. Have a place for them to go to.
where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And I saw guys 100 plus years old on Zoom calls during COVID. So this whole age thing, it's a crutch. And I saw guys in their
Here's what it
60s,
is,
70s,
man.
80s, 90s, guys almost World War II vets jumping on Zoom calls during COVID.
Yeah, but there still are a lot of older people that want nothing to do with smartphones. And yes, it's called stubbornness, but when you get there, who gives a shit anyway?
Well, I hate to say it. If that's going to be the mindset, like we got to take care of the young guys are just they're not going to show up.
Not if you know
But that's
how
not
to
what I'm
do it
saying.
both ways.
I know what
You're missing what I'm saying is
I kind of
you
think
have
I
to
am.
be able to do something for both, right? You have
Yes.
to have that generation that doesn't want to do the Zoom calls, doesn't want to do that. They'd rather be in person, right? That was that older generation. You have to have that for those guys. And then you have to have that virtual aspect and all the other types of things for all these other cats. And you could do that, like you were saying, have the virtual detachment or whatever you want to call it. If you want to do it through that, so be it. I
But we
think that's
saw at National, they killed it.
What's that?
Well,
They
they
killed it at
did.
National.
They said you couldn't do just virtual. But here's the way I approach that, Jess, is when I'm talking to my younger vets and they say, well, man, I'm so busy. I said, I get that. Here's what we'll do. You and I work together. We'll get you sworn in. I don't care if you come to a meeting. But on the weekends when we do all this stuff you want to bring your kids to and you ask about all the time, that's when you can be the best participant. And that's how I get the younger guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I just asked them to show
Now,
up to the
I
birthday.
want to be able to give them the ability to watch a meeting if they want to see what's going on. But that's where I would agree, Josh. We do a lousy job because everybody's worried about whatever they're worried about.
But they said they can't vote if they're virtual. And that's one of the things they shut down.
That's
And that's why
the
we
thing.
argue.
But you can easily tell the membership if you're not attending the meeting, your vote don't get counted. It's not that hard.
You
It's a
could also
matter of
practice a lot of that
how you
ahead of time.
present things.
Yeah, but I mean, what? Excuse me. What, as far as the leagues, all over the country, what is the expected, like travel time to go be able to get to a meeting?
Depends on the area. Sometimes
Well, that's just
sometimes
it.
it's 30 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. It just depends on where you're
Well, that's
located.
what I'm asking. I mean, but if you have,
An hour and a half. Jeez.
Exactly.
yeah, and that's
We've
a
lost
big
the
thing.
entire part. We lost the entire central part of the state. Here on Pier, Aberdeen's holding on by a thread. Mitchell, we go from Rapid City on the west part of the state to Sioux Falls on the eastern part of the state.
Oh wow.
We're at the I-29 corridor, which goes Watertown, Brookings, Sioux Falls, and then Yankton's holding on, and then Sioux City. But our state capital doesn't have an attachment anymore. They fire teamed and they fell. So when I say that a virtual detachment would probably hold on, because it's a 3.5 hour drive, and tonight when it's 18 below zero and these guys are trying to drive from like at night, I think this is exactly, and we had to postpone our meeting till next week because I'm supposed to be at the meeting tonight. So we do the Thursdays, and I'm like, this is not great. And we have these things called winter here.
If you started out doing the okay, we have a detachment somewhere. Let's do a virtual aspect to that detachment, and then that way you can have that every week. And then those older guys starting to get used to it. They start to see it and they're saying, oh, it's not that bad or whatever. And then they can say, oh, hey, bad weather or whatever the case may be. And then they can kind of go and eventually learn it. Right. And then if we need to vote, anything like that, as long as you're planning ahead of time and you could tell everybody, hey, we are going to vote on these things in this month. If you want to vote, show up and vote. And then, but you got to plan ahead. I mean, it's like everything. You got to know what you're going into and put some effort into planning.
Yeah, but what's different than what we're doing right now? Why?
Really.
I mean, you could have 20 people on this screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's etiquette.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to actually see you physically to be able to hear you. Everybody can talk, or the president, or however the hell it goes.
No, it's Zoom etiquette.
Yeah, I mean, but what is preventing anybody from doing this?
I have the ability to, as the lead on the, say it's a Zoom call or whatever, right? I have the ability to give somebody like if they say, hey, I want to talk, they can't necessarily unmute themselves, depending on how I set it up. You have to unmute them and say, okay, you can talk, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
okay, well, you set this up the same way. Yep. Everybody's on mute, and then granted you're going to have older people that may not, but we're talking about younger people getting on a call like this.
Yeah, they
younger. I'm talking 60 or below. But what prevents all this? I mean, Andrew, if you're the president, you're the president.
What prevents it? Nothing prevents it. It's just a matter of, one, you have to have a guy that's young enough and savvy enough to say, hey, I can set this up and I can make it happen every month or whenever the meetings go, right?
Okay, well, that's you.
That guy per detachment. And right now, they don't have that guy. Say it again.
I said, yeah, that's you for this, but there's an awful lot of detachments that would have no idea or don't have that tech guy as part of the problem, but that's our fault. Well,
yeah, you're absolutely right, Jim.
As the, older generation of service organizations.
We just got to find the tech savvy guys and put them in the right place. And
but like Jess was literally saying, like, if you can set up a detachment, does it have to be in one specific location?
Yeah,
if it's LAR, if it's LAR,
it's like a base. It's a specific base, right? You say it that way, or a camp.
Yeah, but why does it have to be? Yeah, but if it's third LAR, why can't third LAR Seventh
bylaws-
Marines or
the bylaws that run the Marine Corps League and by the nonprofit and all this other stuff. There's bylaws that say, hey, these are the things that have to be. In order for those to change, then there has to be, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jess, but you have to put a proposal up. The proposal has to be voted on at national. And then if it either gets approved or disapproved at national, and then if it gets approved, then you can put it into play. But I can understand why national would say we want the brick and mortar, but you can branch it.
well, absolutely, yeah, they got to be attached to something.
Yeah, I can see that personally.
Okay, we got a brick and mortar, but okay, what detachment are you attached to?
Who, me?
Or when at large, because you can join the league at large now.
Yeah, and you don't do anything if you're at large.
Nope, just be a
There's-
league member and
You're just a league member that pays his dues and says, "Hey, I'm here.
exactly.
I'm part of the league."
Yeah, but like Jess was saying, you know, you got 3rd LAR, you got 7th Marines, you got 11th Marines.
Shoot, you got the
How
first
many of
Marine
those-
Division Association, the Second Marine
Yeah.
Division Association. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
look
We
at how
I mean,
many
how many of
really
those
are.
guys? How many of those guys would join into, you know, just, you know, you're not going to get everybody, but you're going to get.
There's a good amount of Marines that are part of the Marine Corps League. Like they pay their dues, but they have nothing to do with. They don't go to meetings. They don't do anything
Right.
with the league. They're putting their stuff elsewhere. So they're members. They just don't participate.
Exactly.
And I
you
think
need
every
to
single
know who they
organization.
are. But see, and the other thing National doesn't do very well is update rosters at all.
Yeah. Rosters is never easy. It doesn't matter if it's a small
It's,
unit or a large unit.
Josh is laughing because he got to do the same crap I do. It's like,
I'll ask a question. What
we
are,
want
when
to
we say
know how many
rosters, what are
members
rosters?
we have, but we don't know because you don't update nothing.
It is just the most painful thing.
It is,
Dave-
yes. I
Dave over
agree.
here on TikTok says getting old Marines to agree on anything is a lot of work.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's very true.
Oh, man.
No,
Yeah,
I
but we're
I
not.
said a couple. I guess a couple years ago when we had the roster, the great roster war of like 2020. Like we only got 2 guys who can access the roster, and we update the roster, and then it's got to go through a central clearing point. And it's got to go hit every wicket on the way up. By the time they get their dues and a new member in, it's time to renew them, and they're like,
Yeah,
I thought
I
we just did
know.
this. Like,
Oh, wow.
God damn it. Or
And
I
then
noticed that
why
that
is it that the junior vice who's responsible for knowing all this not able to actually access it? Because that makes no sense to me.
Well,
there's a lot of frustrations with
I know some
technology and
guys.
login.
I
some
know. Yeah, you can bring that comment. I tell them that's the dumbest thing I ever heard, too.
It's painful.
But we're working on it. We're getting better. That's what I'm going to say. And why are we getting better? Because I got guys like
We
you.
will get better.
I got guys like you out there on the front lines, freaking working it. I got Dave over here. He's working it. But he said he's dropping out. He said it'd been a pleasure listening, but he's dropping out. But
No,
we
it
got guys out
comes
there.
down to getting gaslit at the national level and the department levels, and not department division levels. Like, well, it's not that rough. I'm like, shut up. When we say it's an issue, it's an issue. When you get guys saying that and it's become like a sticking point, you got a bunch of guys going north and south on the head shakes, that means you have an organizational problem that you're not addressing. And it becomes year after year, they're going to stop showing up. They're going to stop doing the job. And when they stop doing the job, the attachments are going to fail. And you start looking at this as a long run, it becomes a thing. And that's where there is some pain, there is some suffering, and we're not talking to each other like we should, because it goes up and it stalls. It's not going up and then being diffused down, and that's getting real frustrating for a lot of organizations. Like, it's just stalling, and we're getting told you have to do this. Like, well, then make it more user friendly. Well, that'll cost money. You guys don't want to pay that. Like, you're not listening then. And that's what really frustrates you guys too. They get thrown in these roles. I've seen guys in their first meeting get jumped in as like junior vice. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I remember I got a guy in my detachment, his second meeting, he became commandant the next year. So this is a thing. Guys are getting burned out.
Told me it's some commandant stuff right away. I'm barely hanging on for trying to figure out what to do in a meeting.
There's not, and then the old guys will sit in the back of the room and just like throw darts at them the whole meeting. Like, well, that's not what the commandant's supposed to do. Like, there's no rolling in easy. You get like thrown in the deep end, like, swim, bitch. Like, and you start flaking. And then there's a lot of guys that become commandant or that commander or that post commander. We'll never see them again because they are so burned out from that 1 year or 2 year. They're done.
It is a lot of work. It's a ridiculous amount of work.
And it's mostly administrative problems.
Exactly.
I was filling out grant stuff today. I'm like, okay. Then I got a guy who's sharpshooting me because he wants to sit in there and he wants to jump me in on like this. I need to review the lease. I'm like, that was like last year. We're past that. If you want to spend 2 months like reviewing a lease, it's due in 8 days. Pound sand. This is happening.
In 8 days. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
But it just turns into like this sharpshooters in the back room. They don't want positions, but they want to second guess leadership.
Yeah, but they have all the answers. They've got all the answers, but yeah.
I got some traffic they can play in too.
What'd you say?
I got some traffic they can play in too. Don't play frog.
All right, we'll move on from here. It's starting.
I mean,
so I have another question for everybody.
Oh, okay. I'm not,
sorry,
not
we're
used
gonna
to
move on
Thursday
from
roundups.
there, but where do you feel the most stuck right now? Purpose, identity, health, or relationships?
Health.
Okay.
Enough said.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, I got you.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I would say this point in my life, purpose and identity.
Okay. All right.
Health, I would say health too, but it's more purpose and identity. Where I'm at in my life right now is not where I expected I was going to be.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, we all work, we all do everything we have to do, but it's not where I had planned to be. So, purpose. And that's one thing that I've actually talked to my wife about. And I was like, and when I say this, it's like, I'll say it. It's like, I hate who I am. It's not because I hate myself. And I do hate myself to some extent, but I mean, it's just, I hate where I'm at. I feel like I have no purpose. I haven't accomplished anything that I thought I was going to accomplish. So how do I change that? And it all comes down to me, but it's just.
I would say perspective. I don't know if you realize it, but you being on here is one, giving you a voice, and then two, giving people that have been in your positions a voice. You're here, you're sitting here doing these things, and you're talking with the veteran community. You're talking about all the things that have happened and things that are going to happen in the future and stuff like that. I mean, you're here, you're doing it, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you realize that.
Yeah, and that's us as human beings, we never realize it. So that's
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
what else to
Mike,
say.
you should hire yourself, man, because you've also been one of the most encouraging guys I know. As I have said multiple times, that this is embarrassing. But I do this because I've been encouraged and told by you guys that this makes a difference. So if there's anybody out there that thinks because they're sick they can't do it, you can. They'll just let's just speak a little slower.
Yeah. That's right.
Absolutely, Jim.
So you make a difference, Mike. You may not see it from your perspective and your day-to-day interactions, but you make a difference.
Yeah.
You made a difference on
Well,
this podcast for sure.
I
So,
don't know about that, but I appreciate it.
oh, you
It's hard
have.
to see perspective when everything's right in your face. And when you take a step back,
Exactly.
you
Yeah, that's a
start
good point,
seeing.
man.
And I got lucky and I worked a barbed wire fencing crew right before I left the Marines. And
Mhm.
I would work from one post to the next post to the next post, stapling or hammering stuff in. And it felt like I was going nowhere. It felt like it's just one of those jobs you're messing with barbed wire all day. So you got to pay attention what's right in front of you. You don't look down the line and see, oh shit, I've done an eighth of a mile, I've done a half of a mile, a quarter mile today. And it's like it all stacks. And when you start, it's all perspective because it's all in your face all the time. You
Yeah.
can't see the bigger picture. And I think
Sure.
that's where we're really bad at because everything's an emergency all the time. It's like because I'm running from one thing to the next. You feel like a firefighter in a pyromaniacs convention. Like just fire over here, fire here. I'm always running around, putting fires out. But you just got no energy left at the end of the day.
Very true.
Oh, you take a step back. It's like somehow this
Yeah,
bitch is still standing. I did something right today.
yeah.
You got to
We
give
don't
yourself that
take
grace.
time to actually stop and look back and appreciate where we're at
This
and
is
what we've
where
done.
you got to
True.
do the after action. And I had a really
Yeah.
good company commander. You go 3 up and 3 down. You got to give yourself the pats on the back and the kick in the ass.
Mm.
That's the hard thing to do, and we're not good at it because we don't take the time to think about the introspection, taking like that 5 to 10 minutes of quiet time a day and just like breathe. You got to give yourself that grace and that time.
Yeah.
And the 3 up and 3 down, and you got to force yourself to give the 3 up sometime. Like 3 good things I did today, 3 things I wish I would have done better, and how I
Yeah,
can
I
do
fucked
better
this
next
up
time.
today. Yeah, I fucked that up. But,
Yeah,
we're,
but do you say I did this thing good today? I didn't punch that person in the mouth today, so that was a good thing. I thought
That
about
was
it.
a good
I
thing.
really, really wanted to, but I
Yeah.
didn't. So my unbeaten streak is continuing on.
I didn't
Yeah.
bring my phone today checking the news. That's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But you got to give yourself some wins too, even if they're little wins. Little
Yeah.
wins stack up to big wins. That's a hard thing for us to do. You got
Well, and that's
think about
it's
that.
actually it's gonna sound funny, but it's a song out by one of the Jonas Brothers. It just came out like in December or something. But he said, "I am I don't remember the song, but he's like, how did I get so good with kicking myself down
Mm.
and talking so bad about myself? Stuff I would say to myself, I wouldn't say to somebody else.
Yeah.
Why are we so good at that? I mean, I'm extremely good at it.
Because that was our motivators from back in the day.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true.
That was our button that I'm gonna get this thing done because someone told me not to. And when you lose that person in your life, you lose that command in your life, like that drill instructor, that NCO, that staff NCO, that whoever, you take it on yourself and you ain't got a filter. And when you're doing it to yourself, you ain't got a time. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
Mentally, you can beat yourself down all the time. and it's a dangerous game to play.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
when you try to put out fires with gasoline, remember that. That's what you're doing.
Wow. Wow, that was good. That was good.
That was good.
Hey, Jess coming in for the win. That was good.
Well, I did it too. It took me a long time to get out of that rut.
So Jess,
But-
where do you say you're sitting? Like, where do you think you're stuck?
Time. I never have enough of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would agree. Yeah, time. That's a tough one.
I have too much of it right now. It's driving me insane.
Too much time.
I'm not where I want to be
I'll send you some
because
stuff to do. Don't worry. I
I
got
have
you.
responsibilities, and it sucks being an adult.
Yeah, I know.
I want
Yeah,
to retire and
because
do stuff that I want to
see,
do.
I'm gonna be 50 years old. I've been working for money since I was 8 in Detroit. Okay,
Mhm.
and never been without a job. Well, let's just say retirement's coming early, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens though. You know, but I
Driving
bet you
me
anything you're going to put your efforts into something different. You're still
Oh
going to do
yeah,
things.
yeah, it'll probably be veteran related.
Yeah, agreed. And you're good at it.
And I feel
As
bad for the
long
people
as
who
I
don't have that.
can. What was that, Jess?
I feel bad for the people who don't have that. They think they're going to go
Yeah.
fish all day, and they think I'm going to take 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and not do anything. They can only do that for about 6 months. And when I talk to guys who are retiring, put yourself on a timer. Just do your thing. I had a buddy retired after 30 years. I'm like, dude, put a
It's
mark on the
scary.
calendar and say 4 months from now, I'm going to be doing something. But take 4 months and just breathe and get gross, grow a beard, whatever. Just get dirty. Look like a homeless dude for a while.
I
Just
grew mine back.
take a minute. Yeah.
Bearded veteran brotherhood, baby. Rock
I
it.
know
Yeah.
I grew mine back.
But
I'm loving it.
identity is the hardest thing to establish post. I
Yeah.
think that's where a lot of us suffer.
Yeah, that is true. It is tough. It is tough for sure.
But reminders of like, oh shit, I'm not 20 anymore. Yeah, I think about that when I'm shoveling snow or whipping out the snowblower. Like, God damn, I hate this job.
Yeah.
But responsibilities, we all got responsibilities.
Yeah.
So what are the 4 things again? I kind of lost
sorry.
track.
Hold on. Let me find it. Purpose, identity, health, or relationships.
Health is a hard thing too, because balancing health. I hate to say it. And what's acceptable loss over time? How much are you going to hold on to? I watch a lot of guys kill themselves trying to make themselves better.
Yeah.
And they are trying to be 20 again. Like, dude, you've got to accept some loss over time. Like cartilage, knees, back, shoulders. We are not great on ourselves when we're coming up. That sprained ankle, like, I'm going to walk it off. It clicks all every day. Every day it gets cold. Like, God damn it, that hurts.
Yeah.
I just laced it up real tight and kept going. But
I click all over the place, man.
Yeah. And then relationships, it's dynamic out there.
I'm going to say that is probably my biggest one is relationships. I'm not good at it, especially getting out of my comfort zone or getting out of my house. We'll say it that way. Getting out of my house to go and see the family that's literally a block away from me or in the same town, which is like 5 minutes away from where I'm at. I struggle hardcore with that.
But you got to give yourself grace on that too, because that road runs both ways.
It's true, but you know, it is what it is. I should be able to get out of my house more often.
You can't be everything to everybody. And that's another thing that balance sucks for us too.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because we try.
You can't live other people's lives for them.
Yeah, but I can live mine.
Because you can't make them do it.
Yeah, back in the old day when we only had phones and you had to sit there and wait for phones, you know. Now we've got phones, but you know, the phone rings both ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
at that point.
Very true.
But as far as the relationship side, I would say, as far as like Jess, you said you've been married, what, 30 years?
I've been together 30 years, so 27, 28.
Yeah.
I'm losing track.
Yeah. Well,
97. So
we'll be married. My wife and I will be married November of this year. It'll be 30 years. Been together 35
there you go.
with a year in between, you know, and we get back into that, you know, that comfort zone.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's that comfort zone of, okay, we're just comfortable with each other. But, you know, that's a good thing you say, you know, Andrew, that's a good question. You know, it's what do you need to, you know, health, yes, because, you know, I'd like to be here for my family. I'd like to see my grandkids when they finally come. I'd like to, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, as far as, relationship, you know, to be a better husband in general.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm terrible. Sometimes I get told that, but you know, it's just, you know, it's just to be a better, you know, a better man in general, or be a better husband. And it goes back to what Jess was talking about early in the podcast, you know, just listening, just to actually sit and listen and, you know, not get so upset or think that I don't have to fix all of her problems, because she is an extremely strong woman, extremely strong. And, you know, she doesn't, she told me this a long, long time ago. And I think, Andrew, I told you this in my interview when you interviewed me. She told me, she goes, I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's me understanding that and getting better at it. You think I would get better at it, but I don't.
You are. You're getting better at it. We all get better at it.
But it's more just listening, more being present. Get out of the comfort zone of, yeah, I love you too.
Mm-hmm.
And actually show it. And actually,
But you got to mean it.
That you're exactly right, Jess. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
a lot of lip service to that these days.
Yeah.
But
you know,
fart
just
jokes
to
are
say,
still funny to both of us too. So there's that. I sent her a thing the other day. It's like
different sense of humor.
It's a house of Chingasos. It's like this Hispanic place. I buy her stuff from all the time because she grew up in Southern California. And it's got the thing you hang over your toilet. It's like the lucha wrestler. He's like, ooh, he's like covering up. But all these different like prints. I said her, it's like, we should get this for the bathroom. She's like, there's so many places we could put this. And I'm like, so it was like a running joke all day. But I mean,
that's nice.
Yeah. But date your wife. That's another thing a lot of us forgot how to do.
Well, that's a big thing, you know, with us, you know, I'll say in my family, you know, our kids took priority.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I never went on, we got married, never went on a damn honeymoon, never did anything till our kids were gone. And we finally went on a cruise in 2022. And in 2022, we went to Alaska. That was our honeymoon. You know, and that's one thing that, you know, I've talked to other people about, you know, but my wife and I were never like that. It was like, well, our kids are our priority. We got to do this. If we went out for our anniversary, we went to Outback. It's like, oh, we got to run to Walmart real quick and get freaking bored because, you know, so-and-so's got a project, or, you know, we never actually dated each other over the years. Yeah. And that's a big thing, Jess. You're absolutely right. You know, you've got to take time. And that's one thing I've told my son and even my daughter now. I was like, hey, you know, your mother and I were boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, and husband and wife before you were here.
Mm-hmm.
That is your mother is my wife, and that's how I want things to be. So you guys need to get off the bank account and start figuring things out, you know, so your mother and I can actually be husband and wife, and actually enjoy our life. You know, we're not getting any younger.
That's true.
You hit a lot of things, nails on the head there, Jess. You said a lot of good things. You're right. You've got to date that person and actually stop being comfortable and actually find a way to be where you were when you first met and be romantic and, yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, we got, like I said, we got the burger battle going on in town here. So we went downtown, split burger. It's just stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like a giant complicated date either.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
kids are old enough. They can figure it. They won't burn the house down. We hope.
Yeah,
But
that's the one.
Take
Yeah,
that
but just sit there and laugh.
Just that little risk.
All right, here's a trick too, and it's gonna sound dumb, but one of us picks the thing from the menu, and the other one picks the thing from the menu. Get 2 plates, cut that thing in half, and you kind of split a dinner. Little things like that goes a long way. So I'll get a sandwich.
Like, what do
she'll
you
get,
want?
like,
What do I
pasta.
want? Yeah.
No, they order what they want, and it's just like we've been doing it for years because the portion sizes are too damn big. So she'll get like
2
something,
meals.
yeah, but it's half and half. It just kind of works out.
Exactly.
But like, okay, now I kind of see what she likes as taste wise, and she kind of figures out what I like too.
Nice.
But it's just this weird thing we kind of do. But
Yeah.
I don't know. And then there's always leftovers.
It's not that weird. I got it right away.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Little habits. It pisses off the servers. It pisses them off. Like, why I gotta bring plates out? Like, because we do this
Because
thing.
I asked. That's your job.
If you want a tip,
And then you pull
I like
some of
the
your
tip.
tip back and set it here. Nope. Okay. You don't want to give me that
No.
extra plate. You want to complain?
She used to work. Oh God, she's got a story. I need to get her on and talk to you. Before she joined the Marines, she was in San Diego going to like community college, and she had this some Yamaha Seika 2 or one of those Yamaha bikes because San Diego traffic is just a motherfucker. But she was working like Embers, one of those places, and she's driving home from work, and that was the day that guy stole a tank and just went for a ride. And it went through her neighborhood. So she's driving it, gets off the exit. It's like war zone, like parts of a camper over here. Everything's crushed. She's like, what the fuck happened?
Well, that's funny.
But one of the things that was like surprising is like one of her regulars at Embers, or the restaurant, Marie Callender's is one of the two, was the detective who actually opened up the tank and shot the guy. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so it's like San Diego. But yeah, so little things like that. She's like, but if you piss off, if you're an asshole to a server or waitress or anybody in food service, she is going to let you know, like, you're an asshole. Like, okay. But if
You don't
that's,
you don't mess with them, man. You don't.
and I also tell my girls, like, if you ever go on a date and he's an asshole to food service, walk the fuck away. They're
Yeah,
not
you never
worth
know
your
what's
time.
going to go in it or
Yep.
on it or whatever.
Well, no, how you
Exactly.
treat them, how you treat people
But-
lower than you is how you
Well, true.
treat
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I wasn't even thinking of it that way, but yeah, you're right.
How you treat the least
Yeah,
of us is how you treat the greatest of us.
Yeah, that's exactly something I always told my daughter, but I even told my
Yep.
son. I said, understand who you're, what you're doing
Yep.
at that point.
If they-
So,
That's good.
They're in a position of power and they use it the wrong way, they're not worth your time.
Yeah.
Little
Good
things. Please and thank you. But like
All
I
right,
said,
we've talked about a lot tonight, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here in a second. But real quick, what's one thing from tonight's conversation that you're going to take away from this? I'm going to take away my relationships. And I need to date my wife. That's
There
what
you go.
I'm take from it.
Do we need to learn to give ourselves grace?
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I like it.
I would say learn how to figure out how we can, as old grumpy old men, can incorporate younger people into, what we're doing and, how to better serve them. Because at some point in time, we're done and gone, but they're the next generation. And it's the same thing with the Marine Corps. It's like, they're not as good as we are.
Yeah.
We've got to stop. We've got to figure out. We've got to adapt with the times, but then go along with what, you saying, Andrew, as far as, and Jess brought it up was, just how to be a better person, be a better father, be a better husband,
Mhm.
and learn that sometimes you just need to shut your mouth and listen.
True.
And actually just be that absorber.
Yeah.
And then
Good.
date your wife. And date your wife.
Date your
Just
wife.
said it well. He said date your wife. That's a
Yeah.
big thing right there, man. And
Yeah.
when you say I love you, actually mean it. It's not just a
Mm-hmm.
love you too.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a big thing, Jess. When you said that, I was like,
Make a fart
I won't
joke.
lie to
Makes me
you.
laugh during good.
All right, Jess, what about you, man?
Organizational integration. Jim was talking about it and it really kind of hit me between the eyes because we're not great at it here. We talk about it, but we have every leg up to do better, and we just don't do it. So we got a multi-million-dollar complex, and we still try and do everything by ourselves.
Ooh,
so
that's a good one, man. Yeah, that's good.
Every opportunity to do better, and we're not. So
Yeah,
we need to remember our roots.
Very good. Very good.
We're all stronger together. Hit as a fist, not as a finger.
Ooh,
some kung fu shit right there.
Yeah, it is. Okay. We went full circle. We hit the kung fu, baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
you
Jess was,
did.
he pulled a David
TCG used to hit
Carradine. He
us
was
all the
like,
time. There was this old colonel at TCG when I first got out there, my first CAX, and he's like walking us through his like combined arms and what it means. And we're just a bunch of kids. We're like, we're the most important thing ever in LAR. We know what we're doing. We can do anything. Like, yeah, do this. Like, oh shit, we can't do that. Like, they can. So shut the fuck up. You hit as a fist, not as a finger. And I'm like, aye, sensei. But he's exactly right.
Oh, that's so good, man.
I mean,
It's not the finger.
yeah. They're like, we can do anything. Like, yeah, okay, knock out this Sagger. Like, oh shit, we need mortar shot, like, or artillery. Dumbass.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But
guys, thanks
we
for
work
coming on
better
and
together.
doing this tonight. I appreciate you. It was good. It's good stuff. Jess, you got a book report for us?
I do. Throwing it back, and it's a little known area in the world called Oman. It's the only O country in the world, and it is the SAS Secret War. And it sounds like a bullshit name, but it is actually one of the better books I've ever read on counterinsurgency. Operation Storm in the Middle East. And you think it's SAS, which is a bunch of door kickers and like Delta Force Green Beret shit. It's not. They went back to basics, and they were using stuff in the middle of nowhere, and they were actually doing logistics over the beach with boats. So it is one of the most successful counterinsurgencies ever fought against communists. So if you're not familiar with the region, Yemen went to communists in the 1970s, and there was a big fight, and they were trying to actually work their way up to Oman and take the other half of the Straits of Hormuz. And if it would have fallen to the communists, we would have had the Shah on one side, not the Shah, but the Ayatollahs on one side of the Straits of Hormuz and communists on the other. So it would have been a very different world. But the British, with the Sultan, who actually was a Sandhurst grad, which was their version of West Point, he did a palace coup with the SAS and took over the country, and they fought the communists on the southern border. When I lived and worked in southern Oman, I actually got to see and work with some of these guys.
Wow.
The Hornbeam line, the Symbol line, but what they talk about is like doing no shit like cattle drives down off the Jebel during the Kharif and all these like amazing things. Hospitals. They actually used a 25-pound gun on a fort fight. They actually had one of the last fortress fights, like straight out of like Foreign Legion shit in Africa. And it was, but the stories in the book are like, okay. And actually being able to walk the ground is amazing. But, and you start looking at like the history and how they did it, they went brilliance into basics. So it's like basic medicine, communications, logistics. I mean, they were floating oil drums off a boat into the surf zone because they didn't have a pier. So, and they're running smaller prop aircraft. fuel efficient aircraft, rockets, medium machine guns. It's just amazing how they did this, and nobody's ever really heard about it. But I lived and worked there, and I kind of got the behind the scenes from some of the old guys and the Furquats and some of these the bats. I mean, it's an amazing concept of how they did it. And they seconded officers over to, Mani military, and it's just the concepts are simply just mind blowing. But it's Major General Tony Jeeps is the writer, and I got it from a British press, but I highly recommend it because they just broke it down simple instead of making it complicated with a bunch of PowerPoints. It was like, treat them as humans, and they're going to treat you as humans. So,
And say the name of it again.
SAS Secret War. It's like I said, it sounds like a bullshit title, but Operation Storm in the Middle East, and it's about Oman. But it's a Dhofar region in southern Oman.
Cool.
So,
Digging
if
it.
you ever
man.
look
That's
at
awesome.
geography, they have what's called a monsoon that comes in but doesn't rain. It just mists for like 2-3 months in the summer. So it's our monsoon season. So it takes this high brown jebel that looks just so just gross, and turns everything green with waterfalls. It's amazing. And we lived and worked in it for like a couple months. And I was like, this is insane. It's nuts. But
Wow.
it's a pretty cool place. But if you want to know what's the geography, southern Oman. It's a pretty great place.
I might have to check that out. Look it up, man.
And the Sultan's
Andrew.
still, I think, alive. So
Andrew, you need to start the weekly Justice reading list and post it.
Yeah, we could do that.
but no, it's
Yeah.
it's a great book, great read, and counterinsurgency, and it's a piece of history a lot of people don't remember. So,
Very nice.
because Yemen's always been kind of a mess, and when it went communist, there was actually communists trained in China and Russia that were fighting against the Sultan's forces, and the Iranians actually sent folks in the 70s, and it was the Shah's spies, and they were using an American model. They got their ass kicked because they tried to apply Vietnam lessons learned into a desert environment. It didn't go well. So
Makes sense. Yeah. Wow.
simplified logistics.
Holy cow.
But
All right.
yeah, it's an SAS book.
Love it, man. Thanks. Mike, Jim, you guys got some words of wisdom for us?
I won't lie to you. I don't have anything.
Okay.
And so I'll just give some encouragement. Just remember every day you wake up is another day God gave you to do it all over again.
Yeah.
You're setting your own personal record. Days
Good
I'm
work.
doing my
Check.
best, brother.
Heck yeah.
New PR every day.
That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, fellas, thanks for coming on and doing this. Much appreciated. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I enjoyed your conversation. It was a good time. So with that, to everybody out there, if you're struggling, you need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net, click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life loss is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you serve with, ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. And maybe you need a cat. I've got a couple extra. Just let me know. We're trying to get rid of them. With that, I know Jess is excited. He wants one. So with
I have
that,
two.
hey guys, thanks again. Much appreciated to everybody out there. Stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. On to the journey and finish the fight.